All right, Gadgeteers, welcome back. I said I would make a health update video, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I want to give you an idea of how bad my thinking is right now because of the medicine, but mostly because of the lack of blood traveling to my brain. So I'm going to shoot this video uncut. If you're bored with this health update stuff, you can skip this. This is a non-technical video. So skip it over, move on to the next thing. First thing I wanted to say was, if you don't know what's going on, I have a heart condition called dilated cardiomyopathy. I was diagnosed in 2009, end of 2009. I received my first internal cardiac device in February of 2010. I received an updated device here in my chest in 2017 and another newer one in 2018. But my heart's just pretty much had it. It's a birth defect. The heart wall muscle does not form correctly on the left ventricle, which is the big part of the heart chamber. I forget basic words, by the way. We'll talk about that more in a minute. And unfortunately, I saw my doctor last week, and she thinks it's EOL for my heart, end of life. So I'm going to have to go get the pump. I'm not quite sure yet when that will be. I'll explain more in just a moment. I actually made some notes because I have a hard time remembering things. Matter of fact, I have a terrible time remembering things. And in a couple of different ways. And I wanted to, looking at my notes here, mention a question that I often hear, or a comment. My God, he talks so slow. Why does he slur all his words? He should speed this up 2x. He talks too slow. He seems confused. I actually am. I take about 20 to 25 heart medicines per day. And I'll have to go over those at one time with you, because I do want to put this out as a benefit for people who are suffering from this condition. DCM for short, dilated cardiomyopathy. It's getting harder and harder for me to think clearly, and it manifests in a couple of different ways. One is my speech is slurred. I have difficulty remembering very basic words to the point where it might take me 2 to 3 minutes or even more I know what the word is, but I can't remember how to say it or what it is. And the other thing is I'm scatterbrained, so I'll be doing something and just simply forget what I'm doing and not understand what's going on. One of the biggest ones, I'll know I need to text or call somebody, and I'll pick up my phone and see a message from somebody else and instantly get sidetracked. I know a lot of you will say, yeah, we have that problem too, and I believe it, because I think everybody has their cross to bear. Everybody's got their fight to battle, and I'm not making light of what you're feeling. I just wish it wasn't happening so much to me. It kind of sucks. So now you know why. Well, okay. The other thing I wanted to add about the slurring and all that is saw my regular cardiologist last week. She said that the reason that it's happening isn't because of the medicine. Sorry, I got a runny nose. When it's cold in the house, I always have a runny nose. It's because that blood isn't getting pumped up to my brain efficiently. So it's definitely a sign of what's going on and having end-stage heart failure. And she said, and I quote, "I'm surprised you got out this far." And what she meant was, last January, I had what they call a VT, ventricular tachycardia storm, which is basically the heart enters a dangerous rhythm. And without this device in my chest to shock me, would not have been able to get out by itself. I also was shocked by the paramedics and by the hospital staff in the hospital. And mentally speaking, that really messed me up. I just have really bad anxiety from it. And one of the doctors mentioned PTSD. And I can understand, yes, I do have PTSD. But the cool thing, okay, there's nothing cool about it. PTSD is what's happened in the past and how you're going to handle it. But when you know what's happened in the past and you know it's coming again and there's no way you can get out of it and it's going to be terrible, painful, torturous, terrifying, how do you cope with that? I can cope with what was. I can't cope with what's coming. That's the thing I'm having a hard time with. So lately I've had really, really, really bad anxiety because I get super abnormal rhythms of varying types and degrees. There's something I've had for a long time called PVCs, premature ventricular tachycardia. PVCs, I used to get a ton of them on the old ICD. This new one has improved things for me, so I don't experience those as much. I would say PVCs I probably get, if at the most 2 a day, where I used to get like 70 or 80 an hour. So this new device has made things better in that regard, but it cannot help me with a weakened heart that's just going to become so weak it won't beat right and it'll go into a dangerous rhythm again. And I will have to get the LVAD, the left ventricle assist device, which is the pump that goes on my side. Well, okay, the pump's inside you, but the battery pack and computer are on the outside. I've gotten to that point. She recommended that I see a surgeon. So I'm going to see the surgeon. I just got a call today. It's scheduled for a week from today. So I don't even know what day that is. Don't worry, it's in my calendar. The 25th of February. This could go one of three ways. Number one, they could say, dude, you really messed up. You need to come in now. We're going to admit you. Like, right now. Two, you're doing poorly, and if you try to go any further without an LVAD, a problem will occur. So we're going to schedule you an appointment to come in for the surgery. Or number three, you're not bad enough yet. My main cardiologist did tell me that some of the surgeons prefer to wait until you have a life-threatening event and they then tell you if you're still awake, he's not going to live or she's not going to live without the LVAD. We have to do this. I don't do well with things where like I'm getting shocked or what I consider torture and I'm awake for it like I was last time. I would rather be proactive and say, look, I don't want that to happen. There are definitely benefits to getting the LVAD and there are definitely negatives to getting the LVAD. One is, you got a 13% chance of dying, not just during the surgery, but after and during your life. Excuse me. I have a big frog in my throat. So, I got terrible anxiety. I couldn't sleep that night. And one thing she did tell me, I said, well, she's very forthcoming. I asked, how many people have LVADs? And she said, here at this hospital? I said, yes. How many people have gotten LVADs? Are currently alive and on LVAD? She said 400. I was shocked. I didn't think it would be that high. So kind of in my mind, I began thinking, if all those people can do it and they're doing well, I mean, I'm nothing special. So, and even beyond the whole LVAD thing, every one of you out there is going through trials and tribulations and your own things. So why am I special? I'm just an average Joe. I mean, so in some way that gave me some solace, and I felt a little bit better. There are dangers, but I think I'm going to have to accept those, because without it, I will die, and it will be soon. But with the LVAD, there are people who have lived 10 years on that pump. So the hope is I get the pump and it would be a bridge to getting a heart transplant. That's the end goal. And usually it's about a year for a transplant. So depending on how things go, I might be able to get a transplant relatively soon. So we talked about the anxiety. At night it really comes up, and I especially am triggered whenever my heart enters an abnormal rhythm, which scares the crap out of me. It really does. I wanted to talk about, I had a couple people say, if you feel sick, don't make videos. And let me tell you something. If you don't engage in life, life leaves you behind. So making the videos makes me feel really good. I feel productive and useful. And the videos that I make, I try to tailor them to the audience I have. I try to do a Linux video at least every third video, because that, I think, is the mainstay of my viewership. I've been doing some vintage computing videos lately because I have the computer back here that I've been working on, and I've really enjoyed that. Had a good time with that. And the Linux videos really make me think, and despite the fact that I can't think well right now, I just have a lot of fun doing them. And I even like every part of the process, the research, then going ahead and shooting the video, analyzing the video, editing the video, uploading it, the whole thing. It's really fun for me. And if you don't enjoy things in life, that's a sign of Great Depression. And if somebody says they don't want to eat, or they don't care about anything in life, nothing brings them joy, you should be concerned about that person, because a dangerous sign of depression is when somebody doesn't want to, just can't get joy out of anything. There are other reasons why I want to continue. Of course, I have a grandchild coming in May. I'm pretty excited about my first grandchild, so I'm happy about that. I have 3 sons. I have a sister, I have family, I have nieces and nephews. So I want to do it just for those facts. But anyway, doing the videos really makes me feel good. And that's why I'm doing them still. I don't want to lose interest in life. That would be dangerous. All right, so more health update stuff. A couple of weeks ago, before I saw my doctor, about 3 weeks ago, I went to the gym, and I'd been doing that. I would walk on the treadmill for 10 or 15 minutes, very pitifully slow, like 1.2 miles an hour. And then I would go lift some weights. Sorry for all the noise. Which, we're talking about like the first plate. I mean, on the machines. I can't really do anything But apparently it was way worse than I thought, because the day after I went to the gym, it was a Saturday, anytime I got up or did any physical activity, my heart would flutter like it was just failing. It was more than a flutter. It was a terrible, terrible feeling. I don't know how to describe it, but anytime I was standing up, moving, doing anything, it was really bad. But if I sat down and stayed calm, it was okay. But as the day progressed, that Saturday got worse. And Felicia came home and I said, ready to go to the hospital? She said, sure. Before I went, I called my doctor and she said, well, this is just end-stage heart failure. Whether or not it's bad enough for you to go to the hospital is up to you. My instinct tells me you should be okay and you'll probably start feeling better. Take it easy. And then if it gets worse or doesn't change, call me again. And so I did what she said. Sunday was about the same. Monday, pretty much the same. Tuesday, I started to feel better. And Wednesday was my first normal day. Before that, whenever I went to the gym and did something, I might be a little run down the next day and need to nap an extra hour or two. This was nothing like that. And that really weird heart rhythm gave me just terrible anxiety. I can think myself into a corner so fast it makes my head spin. And I try not to do that, not go down that road. Oh, my heart's fluttering. I could get shocked. I remember what it was like getting shocked. It's like I'm not afraid of dying, but man, I guess there's no good way to die. I would rather not experience it like I did last January. Well, okay, January of 2019, not last January. I would rather not have that experience. But anyway, I just went to the gym again today. And this is with doctor's permission. She said, cut back a little bit. I cut back a little bit. I did maybe 20 minutes. I'm curious to see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully I won't be in the hospital because of it. And we'll see what happens. So the doctor was surprised I made it this far. She actually expected me to go 2 or 3 months and end up in the hospital with heart failure and having the LVAD put in. So, that's one thing. What I eat and, exercise and rest, there is something to be said about that. So, if you're not doing that, you should be doing that. I had a great salad today, and that's pretty much what I usually eat. I try to eat healthy food and maintain a healthy physical disposition. Anyway. So I have an appointment scheduled with the surgeon coming up in a week, like I already mentioned. I was nervous about my meeting with my regular cardiologist, so I'm very nervous about the appointment with the surgeon. They've given me medicine to help calm me down. I try not to take it. When I went to see the regular cardiologist, the stuff we were talking about, survival rates, all that stuff, it makes you want to panic. I did not take any medicine for that appointment, and I don't think I'm going to take any for this coming appointment. I don't know. I just feel weak when I have to take that medicine just because I'm talking to somebody. And I try to control my mind as much as I possibly can and not let my mind control me. Although later that night I was pretty messed up. But, nobody gets out of life alive, right? So that's my update. I will keep you posted, or if I'm not able to, I'll have somebody do a quick video with my phone and let you know what's going on. Hopefully tomorrow will be just another day and I'll feel fine. I don't know. I might not. It just depends how things go. And a week from now, I got that surgeon's appointment. And it's not like it's instant. So even if I do get admitted immediately, I'll have time to make a video and let you know what's going on. When I go to the hospital, it'll be long term. So I'll be there for 4 or 5 weeks, possibly. I was told I would have to have somebody present with me 24 hours a day for 2 months, which I find humorous because if the LVAD pump fails, there's no in between. Theoretically, I guess there is. I mean, sometimes you can have complications and live through it. You go back to the hospital and they take care of you. From what I've seen with my brother who passed away from complications with his LVAD, things are very swift. Things go downhill really quickly. We will see. Not every person is the same, so maybe that won't happen to me. All right, I think I'm going to end it here. Not much more to say, really. It's getting to be that time, though, and mentally I'm in a position where I'm ready to accept it, so now's about the best time. As always, I want to say thank you for watching, and the comments that you give me on these videos makes me feel stronger. My Patreon members, I really appreciate your support. But I have to say the thing that helps me most is the comments. And not sure what I would do without them, because it's like one of those pillars of strength that lets me carry on and do the things I'm doing. You think of YouTube as, hey, I could do this YouTube channel, it'll be fun, I'll do tech stuff. But then you realize it's more than that. It's one of those things, if you do your channel right at least, that can become a strength. And it has. The other ones, of course, my family, my sons, all of those things come together to help me out. Thank you again. I will see you next time, because there will be one on Fast Gadgets.